Hello ladies, this is Etta Hudson and I will be doing the lesson in our Sisterhood ministry, Lott's Wife. Don't look back. Please do come and join us. Anybody have a book, The Women of the Bible for Women? Anybody have one of those?
Everybody looks like they got one.
Women of the Bible. Okay, so we're going to read the here. That Lott was sitting in the gateway of the city. Such a position would indicate that Lott was probably a member of Solomon's ruling council. Because of Lott's power and respect, his wife, Mrs. Lott, also received some level of respect in their community. She enjoyed the comfort afforded her because of her relationship with her husband. Lott's life is the perfect example of the principle where your treasure is. Started out in the right direction and followed Lott outside. We have allowed ourselves to be belittled, put down, and mistreated, verbally and physically. Just to have a man, a job, material possessions, a certain lifestyle, or something else we thought we needed so badly. Lord help us when God releases us from that foolishness. So we're going to go over here to remember Lott's wife. That verse is Luke 17:32. In this lesson, we want to examine several reasons why we need to remember Lott's wife. This is a short verse. Lott's wife is not mentioned in the Bible a lot, but this is a very powerful lesson, and it's about being disobedient to God. So the historical backdrop, I have Genesis 18:1 and 19 through 29. I don't want to read all of them, but I will read this text and it's just a little something I want to put out there. So these are some of the lessons to learn from Lott's wife. Number one, she perished, although the wife of a righteous man. If you read some of the verses here, 2 Peter 2:7-8, it just relates to the story about what's going on. But Genesis, 2 Peter 2, chapter 2, 7-8, it says Lot was a righteous man. Then I have Romans 1:3. Her uncle Abraham was a righteous man. The righteousness of our relatives won't save. She perished, although she herself, she was a righteous woman, but in God's mercy. But her, like they say, defilement. It could be drugs, it could be a relationship. You get away from it, you don't want to go back. You don't need to go back. So, we should read the Bible. But it's not enough just to read the Bible and not do what the Bible is telling you to do. It's telling you to do. Not being, because you don't suffer consequences for being obedient. That's what this is about, right? Okay. What else was back there in that city? She wasn't glimpse back. She was disobeying God. So she gonna suffer the consequences. It seemed only natural for her to look back though because her family was back there. So you got it seems like you got family and friends or something, and the Lord will tell you don't look back, but your family and your friends, you like, I just of how serious it's used by God to be disobedient. Um, I have a looking back story. I just want to share with you guys. But good, you know, them walking up to me and dressing like this. Oh, the queen is in the house, you know. And so it started to hinder me because I had started coming to church, and on Friday night, I couldn't get up to come to church because I'd be staying on there till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. One Saturday, I had to go to work. I had to be at work on, be there on Friday, had to go to work on Saturday. Well, by me being there after 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I didn't want to get up and go to work. Same thing about church. I stay out there Saturday night, 2 or 3 o'clock. I didn't want to get up and come to church. Feel like you're down in a hole, you know, and all the people's all around you dancing and all that. That's how I felt. I was sitting there around. Well, that was God convicting me, you know, letting me know it was time for me to come out that place, you know. And so I did, and I never looked back. Yeah, I never looked back. It never bothered me again to go down there. They kept having orders down there. And I kept going, but what would happen if I had just kept going there? Now, anything I could have been and sitting up and then got shot, I don't know. But that's the point, you know, you just, once you leave, you don't need to look back. Leave the world and be translated into the kingdom of God, they can still sin. If you can be a righteous person and still sin. And a lot of Christians who are separated from the world are still looking back. We have a lot of Christians, you know, separate, but you still looking back. There's something back there you want to see or do. And that's being disobedient. My mother, when I was a little girl, she used to, I had a choice when I came home to my little friends, but my take you to watch the dishes first. Suffer the consequence, you know, not being disobedient. She just started throwing rocks. And I'm hopping around, and then the other kids, they just laugh. They thought it was fun. Yeah. But my next point is this story warns believers of the consequences of looking back on their previous nation. Such pondering will usually return us to past sin. There is no time or room to worry about the things we leave behind in our journey forward with Christ. We need to keep going forward. And he will be present with the believer each step of our life's journey. And so there's a lot of things that you, looking back, there's a lot of things you can look back at, like I said over here, and like this book is saying over here, about the material possessions and being mistreated and all that. You could be in a relationship with God. You could be on drugs, or be an alcoholic. Pertaining to the world today, all these things could be going on, and that's in a sense that's what, you know. Once you get away from those types of things, it's best not to look back. You need to try to move forward. When you know the relationship is not working out for you, and you leave this man, what you gonna go back for? Once you get away, what you do? And you go the drugs, thing like what you on drug. Once you get away from it, it's gonna be. It may not be like Lott's wife. She turned around and she turned to a pillar of salt instantly. It may not happen to us right there and there like that. Something, you know, it don't have to be like it happened instantly. She fell and turned to a pillar of salt. It could be later on down the line. God is gonna, you know, like I was saying about my mother. You don't. God is gonna. If He tell you to do something, you're not gonna do what He say do. It's not you. He gonna touch you. You know, like this ain't the way it's supposed to be. Obedience day by day. Told to do, and she's gonna get much more out of it. What I say.
Gonna pick and choose in here. Everybody get a chance to do what they do. And yeah.
And so you just decide, okay, well, I'm gonna just let it. And trust me, I understand. I've been on certain stances, you know, like, And once you get up out of that situation, you don't never go back.
Yes.
Never go back. You don't even look backwards. You just started out in church, singing gospel. They separated the difference. You know, the drugs or the extra men or who.
You'll go and say, well, let me call and check on such and such. Now, God didn't remove them, so why is you calling and checking on them? He moved them.
That's all right.
He's still a man.
So I designed thing in this house.
My house.
Yeah, it's mine. So that was mine. And then when I did leave the last time, you know, I used to answer phones for Billy Gray. And that night I had been over to the church and was answering phones. And when he liked strip club, I hate to put this man business in the street, but this and hit me in my back. That was the, you know, I said, okay, Lord, this is it.
Yeah.
I got,
Which say she not in jail.
I sit in my car and cried, but I wasn't going back.
Yeah.
That was the word. I'm not going back. If I have to sleep in my car, go to a service station and change my clothes, I'm not going back.
Yeah.
Lott turned around for me. He took all that stuff. And I was by myself for a long time, but he had to purge us sometimes.
Yeah. Oh,
He had
yes.
to take all this stuff away from you for you to see him. And it took me a long time to figure this out. So anybody else got a story? We done told our partners.
No looking back, don't look back.
No looking back.
You know, this is a good man of substance, something like Ella was talking about. Her husband was a proprietor of a club, and apparently his substance meant that he had a lot. He big time.
Yeah.
He was all that in bag of chips.
So
Okay?
Richard was a big
Yeah. When God told him to make an art,
Yeah.
he had everything, but God put a limit on it and told him to get 2 of everything.
Yeah.
With some money, but if he's whooping on you,
So I didn't see, you can't
Look,
what's the last song?
I had to learn not to look back. Or what's going on, you got to stay focused on what God's telling you. And he's saying, I need you to regroup. I didn't have nobody else to talk to but God. So I had to focus and get myself together and not look back. And it was a turnaround for me.
Good. Anybody else, Brenda? You got something to share? Ms. Hill?
No, just enjoy every.
Of us participating.
Yeah.
Because I could use some stuff that will make your hair turn curl up. I mean, sit down. Where's mine? They, you know, they prosper and stuff.
Yeah.
told us to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought. Sometimes we pick and choose.
Yeah.
We kind of straddle, well, I want to do this, but you know, you got right and wrong, but you kind of swerve to the right because you think that's your right, but that's not God's right. And so we have to pick and, we shouldn't have to pick and choose. We know what God has expected of us to do. And I just want to say that about being dedicated. That's where it comes, being dedicated to God.
Anybody else? I think we've had a wonderful, you have something to say?
I have not necessarily enjoyed, but I've learned from what you all have said. I've been through a lot too. If I have just said, yeah, you all put money on my books. And I too.
Listen, I still say that. I still say that.
I had a gun, but I did not use it.
But if you'd have killed him, see, I could have killed him, and so therefore,
I had
and
a
the
gun.
police ain't gonna get me, I need a lawyer.
I had a gun, I had a 38 special, I had been had it for years, but
About this, it's very difficult.
it's very difficult.
Yeah.
Because we want,
And I never knew that about you. That's something that we could relate on, and I never knew that.
yeah, because see, you know, right, they look at me. So that's one reason, you know, I stayed for 5 years. But anyway, thank y'all, I appreciate y'all. I wanted to mention writing. So, the monies that you were gonna give, we're gonna put them in the envelope. You know, if you, it's up to you. If you wanna give something, it's okay. If you don't, just able to come to church. Another thing I thought about, and I have to go to the pastor, me and Sheila talked about it, is that, we, do a challenge with the Brotherhood, you know, to raise money, but I have to talk to the pastor first to see if it's okay that we do that. And I know some people do something for Father's Day. I don't know what that is. So we wanted to help. But then I had one more thing. I can't remember what it was. Let me look at my notes. A project for the church. You know, we could buy curtains for the church, or do something for the bathrooms, or something. You know, we take on a project. So think about it. When we come back, we'll figure out what kind of project. Call me. She don't come, but she watches online and she participates in that. You know, she wants to participate in whatever we do. She said she'd be here at the next meeting. A tea. You know, I don't know really anything much about pastoral tips. Mm-hmm. So anybody else got any ideas? I ask this every time because we need to find scent of the cloud on the look back. So we got to start plowing. Anybody? Okay, and who wants to sell it? That's good. No, I wasn't saying at the same time. Come on, Kate.
I would love to volunteer, but I'm not sure,
For Saturday?
I'm maybe in Houston, I'm trying to get to Houston. I missed going this week because of the,
Okay.
I'll be on standby. I'm not looking for you.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't mind it. All mine grown and gone, and none of them is around. It's hard when you can't be with your grandkids. I had one turn 21 today. I got one more left. She's in.
Oh my
Ooh.
And I cannot believe it. That makes me old. With my place, I've been had sewage running up in my bathroom, and I'm trying to work all day, and I just didn't came in. Bring some of your other ladies. We're not trying to take you from your church. We just want to work together as sisters. And Sarah, you know that's gonna be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Sit down and pop it. She
Help me with an outline. Sheila Kay.
You know, we old school.
I'm not a teacher. I'm old school.
No, we're not. We all teachers.
Yeah, well, actually, I'm putting it this way, I'm more, young school than I am old
Oh, I'm
school.
gonna get you younger than I
I'm younger than they are.
Yeah, she's so much younger than me.
Yeah.
All right then. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that.
Trust me,
I feel old.
trust me.
Look, I was gonna say something, but I ain't gonna say it.
You baby in the house.
I was gonna say, well, you know, she was my Sunday school teacher.
Most good and gracious Father, we thank you for those that are present and for those that were not able to attend today. We look forward to this group growing in grace and being blessed by you.